live?
And we're
Or
live, Deborah. Let's get it going, boys.
you have to shout out to Deborah,
Yes, sir.
Akeem's girlfriend.
For all the for all the Debras, baby. Find your local Debra. Uh, all right, boys. So for today's episode, we got the day after UFC Fight Night, Zombie versus Ige. A great look for the featherweight division, seeing who Ortega or other people can fight potentially, or not the loser of Ortega versus Volkanovski, or or potentially replacing Yair in the Holloway fight if Holloway doesn't want to do that that quick. So it was a great fight, the featherweight fight, to see what's next for the featherweight division in the top five. So we'll talk about the prelims just a little bit because at the end of the day, it was still a fight night, and there's only one main thing that we found in the prelims was the broken arm of Kanako Murata, and that was pretty much it. We didn't find anything else like uh, really exciting in that. All right, though. You got any thoughts on the prelims, Ali? You got any thoughts on the prelims?
I didn't watch them, so that's all I do.
Yeah, no, the broken arm thing was kind of crazy because like she was stuck in she tried to defend the armbar for like 2 minutes because because Murata's like a pure wrestler. Jane DeRobe was like okay striker, but like she's mostly known for jiu-jitsu. So she got an armbar basically right away when she got taken down, and then like we never knew what happened in there, but like she tried to defend it for like 2 minutes. Second round starts and her elbow was all like janky. So I think I first heard from the commentators were like they're like, yeah, the producers caught that like her arm does not bend correctly.
Yeah,
So,
I think she didn't even realize in that armbar attempt that her arm was broken until like she got up and she actually figured out like the arm was just dangling here and there.
No, but then yeah, she was like one-handed. She couldn't defend any strikes. She couldn't block any kicks.
Exactly.
Like she was dead.
Exactly, like we talked before we went live. It was just like your arm's dangling. How do you not make that read as a fighter for Verna Jandiroba, right? And then, but you're like, okay, in the middle of the fight, you don't really go there. It's for the corner to make that obvious, which it was after the round, and then they called it off, right? Another good fight for me. It wasn't that exciting, but it was a good fight.
Also, like important to note that like Jandiroba just came off a loss against Mackenzie Dern, right?
Yeah.
So that's acceptable loss again. Like she's a top 10 fighter basically, so she should get something good next time out.
Yeah, I heard a whole lot of Mackenzie Dern praise during that fight commentary, bro. Mackenzie Dern, who looked like a world beater. Literally 5 times I've heard that. So, okay. So that was a good fight. Any closing thoughts on that fight? Because I want to talk about the Chaos Williams fight, because that fight was perfectly matched, in my opinion, bro. Both knockout guys, both bring that energy. Matthew, for the earlier rounds, he was catching him with some good shots that were landing, but they didn't hurt him. Chaos didn't hurt Chaos.
Yeah, but perfect counter shots. Like I don't know how he ate those.
Perfect shots. So there's this L for Matthew shouldn't be really like, oh, I lost to this guy. No. It was a great fight. He just lost because Chaos was. I feel like he had more output in that fight. He was doing more. And definitely there's more of a threat than Matthew, right? He looked great, though. Chaos, judging by how he got an L in his last decision fight.
And he got an L just because he didn't throw enough. Like, he made that adjustment, so...
Exactly. And he was disciplined, too. Chin tucked in. He got wild. He
was not that disciplined, but okay, we'll take the dub.
No. There's a couple of bursts, like 3 or 4 bursts that he was doing from the other end of the cage to the other end of the cage, trying to get Matthew. I was like, okay,
nah, but it was like all the way up. His hands were not coming back, like...
Yeah, so that's
counters.
That's the only part where I'm like, he wasn't disciplined there, but I guess that was their game plan. And anything else? Rick Glenn fought after 3 years, got a real good left straight, I think, down flush, and then got Joaquim Silva, finished that fight off quick, and then
but I hate Rick Glenn from like the time, like it was like 5 years ago, whatever. He beat the shit out of Gavin Tucker. It was like 200 strikes to nothing. Yeah. And then took Tucker out for like 2 years.
Yeah, so great comeback for him. We're not going to talk about the heavyweight fight because it wasn't really a barn burner. It was just a slugfest. Good adjustments.
It was a slop fest, man. It was literally just clinched the billion strikes. Nothing. They did nothing. So.
Yeah, good adjustments made by Parisian, though. First round, it looked like Martinez was all over him. And the second and third round, he made good adjustments and came back.
Yeah, but then Martinez also gassed. I thought he won the third round, though. I thought, like, it wasn't the greatest decision, but, like, you can't be mad.
Yeah, I don't think it was a robbery or anything at all. And then we will just close out the prelims topic with Alexa Kamur. I've heard like 10 times in that pre-fight thing was, oh, he's with Stipe Miocic's camp. He's with Steel Pick's camp, and we got this Nikolai guy coming in from, I think he's Romanian or something. I think he was Romanian, Bulgarian, or something. He had all knockouts coming into the UFC, so it was pretty
Yeah,
exciting.
but I think he only had like one fight in the UFC that he lost. So like, this is big for him. I think he was just coming off of like USADA, or was that Bruno Silva?
I think,
But like
it was
he
USADA.
like Negromanu guy didn't fight that. Like he doesn't have a Wikipedia page. I think that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, well, yeah. So he was just headhunting. Kamur dodged majority of them. He had a good chin on him too, so it wasn't that exciting of a fight. Both were like trying to go for each other's heads, and it was just like stuck
Yeah,
there
but
almost.
Hamer is only like 24 or 25. He
Long
is going to
gone.
be really good in this
Exactly.
division.
Exactly. All right. So, any closing thoughts on the prelims, guys?
No, we're good.
Okay, let's move on to the main card. We have Matt Brown, 40 years old, returning against his fellow. I think he was his training partner or someone he mentored in.
Yeah, no, it was some weird connection that they made. Like Ultimate Fighter, he brought him in as like a rando coach. So
Yeah.
like, I guess you could say that's a relationship there. But like, Matt Brown also gave Douglas Lima, Diego Lima's brother, his first loss ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's crazy that he has now 2 knockout wins over both brothers.
Yeah. They can't.
Father.
So they certainly can talk shit to each other about Matt Brown now. So yeah, we both got knocked out. We both got knocked out by Matt Brown. Even though.
No, but really, really nice fight. Like Diego
Good fight,
landed a
yes.
bunch of calf kicks as he
fight.
would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
good
Matt
fight
Brown,
overall,
like
yeah.
it looked like his leg. It looked like his leg was done from like the first couple of minutes. But like, I guess he just doesn't believe in having a leg. So
Yes, sir. Like Derek
he
Lewis.
stole it.
Like-
It didn't really impact him that much,
Just
and
like
then he
Derek
got the
Lewis
one punch
doesn't believe in
knockout. So.
jiu-jitsu. Just like
Hey, he just gets up.
Just get up. Bro, did you see how he was tweeting during the fight with the Spivak? Spivak, just get up. And he posted a clip of himself just getting up.
Nah, but Derek like destroyed Oleinik. He was in the scarf hold for like 3 minutes and then knocked him out the next round. Like Spivak should have done way better, but we'll get to that later. But the thing is, or I was going somewhere with this. So like, okay, Matt Brown, really nice fight for him because he was off 2 straight losses and he's 40. Like he's one of those like guys who've just always been on the roster. You're never gonna get a boring fight out of Matt Brown. Like he's up there for all-time knockouts now. I think like tied for them with Derek Lewis and Vitor. I think
Yeah, he's tied.
at 12. So
But which I do.
yeah,
believe
but
it's
this
not
is
gonna be
where
long.
yeah, but this is where Matt Brown. I think you're looking at like him and Nick Diaz is such a fun fight, especially because like both of them are similar in ages. That's a good fight for Nick to come back to because it's not like no random young guy that's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
It's just a good like 2 good veterans that are gonna make a good stylistic fight no matter what happens.
But again, I feel like for Nick Diaz, though, he's gonna be like, okay, I'm coming back. Like, I feel like a fight with Robbie Lawler makes more sense because of their.
Oh yeah,
past
no.
history.
I
think
I'm
it's
fine
gonna be
with any of those, but this is just like another one of those guys that fits the mold.
Yeah, 100%. It's just talking of fight terms, yes, but talking about selling terms, I don't think so. Yeah, even Lawler's gonna. Yeah.
He's gonna look for that big name. Okay, so we should probably move on to Choi Sung Woo now.
Yes,
He's gonna
sir.
be the future of the featherweight division. 6 foot, looks
Ali's
massive.
Favorite prospect, man, coming up.
Me and Adil are now honorary Koreans. I think it's just fair. We have to be honorary Koreans. I hope they accept that.
Annyeonghaseyo to all of our Korean viewers. Hello.
Yes, sir. Ali greeted me today with his Kim Jong Un hairstyle too this morning before the podcast. He's an honorary Korean now. Yeah, Ali. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You finna go for that
Yes, sir.
4-year military service now?
100%.
It's two.
It's 2 years now.
But speaking of this guy, again, 6 feet. The speed on him is crazy at 6 feet. He's huge. Honestly, he's what 28?
28, yeah. But like the only thing about him was that his ground game is kind of shit. But like,
Yet to be
a ground game doesn't matter when you KO the dude in the first minute. So
exactly, man, exactly. So he's definitely going to be looking at the rankings in the next few fights for sure.
also for Erosa, like the left hook that Choi was throwing was so close every single time. Like I think like Ali called it, the first 10 seconds coming into the fight was like, dude, that left hook is close. That's gonna kill him.
No, like even he said it in English, which is great, by the way, in English. Like he said, he was committing that exact combination. So I mean, he just looks like a smart fighter, extremely fast, athletic, and has the height advantage. So I mean,
And he is beautiful. The blonde Korean look. Oh my god.
The best thing
Yes.
I heard out of a Korean guy was when TKZ went, "I won Volkanovski,"
Volkanovski,
and the whole arena just went crazy.
Because that was in Korea.
Yeah, that was the whole arena. The whole arena went. He spoke English in Korea. Come on, Sway.
Yeah.
How, Sway?
Bro, that was a universal language though. Saying you want Volkanovski.
Yes, sir. So I love that. I love that. So any closing thoughts on your Ali's young prospect, 28-year-old prospect?
Give him the rocket ship.
Oh, okay.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Anybody but a grappler though. I would be fine with Dawodu because that's a good striking matchup.
Yeah.
But oh wait, those guys might have fought.
I know this
actually.
won't make any sense, but the guy who just beat
Yeah,
Dawodu,
no.
what about him? Why not make him fight him? I mean,
Nah,
he's probably
but-
want to fight up the ladder too. but-
Okay, that's what I was remembering. Evloev was Troy's first fight in the UFC, and Evloev won that big. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, so I would be fine with Dawodu and Choi because you would waste him if you were giving him grappler.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You can't build him
Save the
up.
Russians to the end. Yeah, save the Russians for the end.
Yes, save the Russians for the end. Send location at the end, not right now. Let him build up and send location for the rocket ship. Okay, let's move on to Chito Vera versus Davy Grant, a rematch. First one taken by Davy Grant on decision, I believe it was in London. And this time around, Davy Grant was riding a 3-fight win streak.
I think it was a 3-fight win streak, but like
2
he
KOs
was coming.
last year.
Yeah, no, but he was coming back from like a super long time out.
No, he fought Fight Island, man.
No. I mean, like the 3-fight. It feels like a 2-fight win streak because like that happened more recently. Like he came a year. Like he doesn't fight that often, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like the 2 KO streak like meant something to him.
Sure. Yes. Okay. So he fought July 12th, 2020, and first of the three fight win streak was November 9, 2019. Came back July
And
12th, 2020.
Then he was a year off. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I have to know if you guys like think this too, but Davy Grant is just not good anywhere. He's just overall a decent fighter, not that great anywhere. His hands are subpar. His ground game is subpar. Except he
But
was
is
throwing
he
against him today.
He's okay. I partially agree with Ali's take. I think on his feet he was decent earlier in the round. He was explosive. He was hitting it with some good shots too in the first round. He got the first round obviously, but then on the ground it was totally different. He did survive some of Cheeto's submission attempts or something like that. It was active in defending, not striking back from the ground or anything. But yes, overall he's an average fighter, but exciting. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm catching his next fight no matter what,
Yeah,
basically.
exciting
So
fighter, but yeah.
all those
He's
spinning
willing
back
to
kicks
go.
too.
He looks like Liverpool's left back. What's his name like though? Robertson.
Nah, Robertson doesn't. Nah. I don't like that comparison. I don't like that one. But
He
yeah,
looks
no,
like-
good fight. A really good fighter. I like him.
So what
But,
goes
like
on with
him throwing hooks is just the funniest thing, and he just always lands them.
Bro, it's the same kind of hook. I think they both train with SPG, no?
I have no idea.
Because he had his SPG shorts or something, but I didn't see none of the SPG coaches. But yeah, his right hooks or whatever. He's switching stances here and there in the first round. He looked really good for a striker in the first round, and then it just kind of collapsed.
No, I didn't think it. I mean, Cheeto starts really slow every single time. Like it's a big major thing about him. Like
Yeah.
he'll always come on in the second or third rounds, and like his body shots will start to add up, and he'll get a finish if the other dude just gets tired or like just wilts under the pressure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but this one is like a really slow start out of him. Just Grant gave him so many things to worry about.
Yes.
Like he was attacking from every which way, every angle, every like location. So this one, like it looked bad for Cheeto at the start because he lost the first round bad, but then the second round, like when he landed like 4 straight elbows in a row at the start, and like that was a huge turning point.
So
Yeah, and Grant getting tired on the ground didn't help him in the third round. Yeah, so Vera just played it smart. Wasn't as exciting, but Grant throwing everything, to be honest. So, like you said, I'm watching that next fight for sure.
sure, yeah.
And that clear fight of the night, like there's no, like, that was the best fight on the card for sure.
Yeah, do you guys see a potential Jimmy Rivera versus or a Sansao fighting a Marlon Vera?
I
Not
mean,
Sun Tzu. Who won the fight? I think Sun Tzu won the fight against Jimmy Rivera. So potential Jimmy Rivera versus.
no. You're thinking of Pedro Munoz,
Oh
but Pedro
yes,
Munoz
yes,
fighting Aldo.
yes.
So that's just whatever. But
Same
then
rounds.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a Cheeto against Cody Stamen or Jimmy Rivera. But like he called out Dominic Cruz, which is, honestly makes a lot of sense. But if I'm Dominic Cruz, I do not take that.
Nah,
He's not
But
taking that.
no, he's not gonna take it because he got
no, but
his.
Cheeto Vera will literally take any fight ever. So
Yeah.
I just hope he gets something good.
What was the deal with him and Aldo? Why did Aldo out of nowhere fight a guy who's 15 to 14 ranked?
It's Cheeto just beat Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley, come on, bro. You gotta look at the rankings. Look at the.
No. I agree with you. But like on paper, that was a really fun fight.
Okay. Okay, but he survived. He survived. Made some good readings, but Aldo obviously.
Nah, but Aldo just stayed on his back the whole
Yeah.
third round. Like the second round was going Cheeto's way, the third round looked like it was gonna go Cheeto's way, but then he just got his back taken and couldn't get out.
Yeah. Merab fighting your Moraes for that division potentially, and I do see Merab beating him, and then we could wait for Cheeto Vera versus Marlon Moraes, maybe.
That's a fun fight too, but like I would like Kyler Phillips, I think is fighting Rafael Assunção soon, so you could give Cheeto the winner of that, or you could just do like a short notice between him and Rivera or Stamen. That would make sense to me too.
Sure. All right. You guys want to move on to our 59, 16, and 1 Alexei Olenek?
I mean, there wasn't too much to see other than the fact that Olenek really needs to get him on the ground earlier and sub him quicker.
Yeah, you guys see
Like he has like 5 minutes. It's like, no, not even 5 minutes. Like 4 minutes of gas tank, and like his striking looked improved, but like you're improving from like the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Did he do the
Olenek
thing
proves that he
again?
only needs a minute.
Did he do this the chair thing again? The seat that they bring in, and he
He always does that. Yeah,
his leg
he
up.
just lays down.
His leg up. Okay, so
You know, he was close on sub submissions, but like Spivak just played it smart. Didn't like
engage.
overcommit anything. It made for a boring fight, but then he gets a ranking next week. So
Sure. Okay, so let's move on to the main event for our fight night. Chan Sung Jung,
but
the Korean Zombie.
fucking Olenek was the co-main. What the hell? This card was terrible.
They could have done Davey Jan, Marlon Vera's co-main, to be honest. Why not?
I mean, yeah, no, agree. Like better action fight at least.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung versus Dan 50K Ige. Great fight for the featherweight division to see, because Ige beat who the last fight? He beat
Gavin Tucker, one punch KO'd him. My poor Canadian.
Yes, sir. So One Punch Man, Dan Ige was fighting up in the competition, up in the ranking, Chan Sung Jung. So now the Korean Zombie obviously cemented his top 5 ranking again. He's gonna remain in the top 5. What do you think? Before we dive into the fight, because I really want to know how he progresses from here. I think a turnaround against Yair is a possibility, because since Holloway's out, why not?
Yeah, it's either Yair or Holloway. I mean,
There's not
Wild card, Zabit.
but he's not fighting though. He's retired.
But then give him a few months, see what he's saying. That's an easy 5-rounder.
Sure. I mean, but Zabit doesn't want to do 5 rounds. Zabit would have a 3-round.
No, okay, bro. Zabit needs a 5-rounder before he gets a title shot. Like
if the
that
surgery
has
is
to happen.
successful, he can go 5 rounds, man. If he fixes that prem issue, he's going 5 rounds, no problem. Don't sleep
No,
on
but
my
like Zombie and Zabit is such a fun matchup.
That's a great
everywhere.
Fight. That's a great fight. But I mean, Zombie didn't really take big damage in this fight. I think slide Zombie in against Yair, and you could see a potential next title shot after Holloway.
Yeah, but that's a rematch, and like that's a good rematch. But like, I don't want to see Holloway get like okay, Holloway and Yair makes perfect sense right now.
100%.
Just push that. Just push that to the next month. See whatever.
Yeah. Even for Yair,
but like
getting a title shot, that's a great look.
Yeah, but for Zombie, like this one's an interesting one because like there's a lot of people in the featherweight division looking for opportunities. Like a Josh Emmett coming back off of his knee surgery, an Arnold Allen, like undefeated in the UFC, he deserves a top 5 guy. So like, there's nobody else these guys can fight other than a Zombie. So
I mean, feed him Calvin Kattar, man.
Yeah, but Calvin Kattar is out for the whole year, so
yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, he got sent back to varsity, man. JV, he a JV player now. Okay, so let's dive into the fight, the actual fight. They'll break down the fight for us.
Yeah, so looking, so like the preview. So basically, what I thought coming in was like, okay, we know Dan Ige is an explosive striker, but like his route is like black belt BJJ. So I was hoping to see more of the ground game here because like in his fight with Calvin Cater back on Fight Island last year, it was his first 5 rounder and he just got outboxed the whole time. So I think from there he would have made the adjustment, going like, okay, yeah, like I'm a complete fighter, like I should show my whole skill set in a 5 round fight, especially where he knows he has the cardio, like he knows the pace he can set for a 5 rounder. So it's just more about like staying, like keeping everything there, like go to the body, go to the head, go mix in takedown attempts, do all of that sort of thing. And Zombie is there to be hit, right? He's never been a sick defensive fighter. He just makes you look stupid on some of the counter shots, which that's where Zombie comes in, because like before, back in the day, he was just this insane action fighter, walk through all your shots and just beat the shit out of you, and he could also take you to the ground and submit you too. But like the most recent like version of Zombie we're seeing against like a Frankie Edgar, against a Hinata Wakano, is that like super fast counter striker where he's not going to throw much when he leads, but he'll bait you into something. Like my favorite thing of his is like in what he got with Dennis Bermudez was like slip in the pocket and rear uppercut, and it's just so nice. He landed a bunch of times on Dan Ige this fight, but yeah, so that was the whole fight with Zombie too, because like we knew Dan Ige is also there to be hit, right? He's never been great defensive either, and like he's a smaller fighter for the division, so he's gonna have to reach into his punches, and then that's what like opens up Zombie's whole game with left hooks, right hands, the rear uppercut. So, but then in the promos, Zombie was saying like, okay, yeah, like I have a good ground game. I should be like he was starting to wrestle more, and like Henry Cejudo even said he had good wrestling. So, and we always knew he was good on the ground, but he just never showed it.
Yeah.
So I think that was good for Zombie to show that in this fight. So that was the whole thing. I don't get how people had Dan Ige as a favorite. I think it was -150 because I think people just look way too much on the previous fights where
the recency
Dan
bias,
Ige
KOs,
22-second KO.
yeah.
But then
to build on that though, from my perspective, I'm looking at Dan Ige, right? First round he comes out striking more and connecting more.
Sure.
I thought he was gonna keep that pace, keep that pressure for the second round. And it almost looked like after he got taken down, or at least that threat was there, that he could get dominated on the ground. He stopped throwing as much. He wasn't piecing together combinations, and he kind of just like
in that first round, he ate a gigantic counter shot that like we didn't really notice the first time at watching, but like that's obviously gonna dissuade you. Like the body shots were always there for Dan Ige, but he just didn't throw him as much as he did in the first round.
I'm gonna add on to you guys' points. It's because he had so much to worry about with Zombie experiencing the ground game too in a couple of rounds. He was like, okay, there's threat on the ground, there's threat striking up as well. So where do I go with my options? I think Zombie was a better martial artist that last night, but I don't think Ige should be like, oh, he's just so much better than me. No, it was.
I think it's an experience thing for sure. Like
exactly, yeah.
And this was the same thing with Calvin Cater that he had last year too.
Yeah.
So like with Calvin Cater, he just got outclassed. Like he saw the next level.
Yeah.
But then he gets another opportunity here, and then he just saw the next level again, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not there yet."
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's perfect example.
Like even in the fifth round, Dan Ige going for a shot with 2 minutes left, knowing that he needs a knockout. Like just small things like that, and not being active enough in the fourth and fifth when again he needs to be more active. He needs to gain these.
He realized he had no answers. That's what happened. Like he realized he had no answers. Might as well just go for the takedown, see what happens.
Even when Zombie had his back for so long, like Ige was just trying to fight off the submission. He wasn't exactly trying to get up. Like he would work on the body triangle, but then Zombie would just switch the sides, or like. Every time he went for the choke, he would just defend the hands. There was no, like, other action to get up. Like, he was just stuck on his back for, like, the whole round. He just could never get up.
Sure, yes. Yeah. So, we see how... We already talked about the featherweight rankings. You guys have anything else to talk about on the fight?
Oh, no, I scored at 49-46 Zombie because I just gave Ige the first round. He landed more, but you could also give Zombie that first round because he had his back.
I'm pretty sure every judge gave the first round to Ige, right? I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
And one also gave the fifth round to Ige, which also is acceptable. Yeah. Like close round, but I don't think it was that close. But all in all, Zombie won it pretty convincing fight.
Convincingly, yes. So it wasn't a robbery, or it wasn't like a arguable decision or anything. It was okay, whatever. However, because one of the judges had
Like we knew who won, but like we just needed like a score.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even he talked about it after that. He just, he did everything he could. He just wasn't at that level yet. Like, he knows he has to develop. Again, the experience is huge, in my opinion. I think he just needs more time in the cage.
He's only 29.
Not a bad fighter. It's just he saw the next level, and he's got to make adjustments. Simple as that.
This is where I need to see him versus Shane Burgos, because that's an insane fight.
Bro, but Burgos, though, he's an exciting fighter, but you don't want those exciting fighters to go on like 2 or 3 losing streaks. I think Burgos.
Okay, yeah, no, but I don't think anyone would be mad if you make Burgos and Ige. I think that fell out earlier too. Like they were booked.
100% great matchup, great fight. But if I am a matchmaker, I'm not matching up Shane Burgos with Ige, who's like 8th or 9th ranked when he just lost to someone above him.
Yeah, no, Ige probably drops down to 9 or 10 even, behind Barboza and behind Giga.
Yeah.
So like maybe you do a Dan Ige and like a Bryce Mitchell or an Evloev somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, you could do Burgos versus Mitchell or the Russian dude.
Yeah, but I feel like Burgos will be wasted on a grappler.
Sure.
You know what you have in Burgos, right? You need to like maximize him.
He's an exciting fighter, man. The Barboza fight, it's just that was unlucky. What happened? He got hit with a good shot, and brain just said, "I'm head out." So
yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's what.
But he really got unlucky in the Calvin Kattar fight because he was really getting to Calvin at the end of the second, and the third round starts, and he just eats a huge uppercut and kills him.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys want to conclude the UFC fight night, that the Zombie versus Ige, and then we could talk about boxing, or we could talk about next week's card.
Yeah, Korean Zombie for life. We're always Korean. That's it. That's all I got.
Give us your closing thoughts, man. All right.
Yeah, it's an exciting card. Yeah, an exciting card. Unexpected finishes, especially like the guy getting finished on his back. It's just a lot of weird things happened. The broken arm. Overall, it's a nice card. Unexpected, but I think now we can talk about the unexpected things that happen in boxing, like the Silva fight. We'll start with that one right now.
Yeah, you guys want to do boxing first, or you guys want to do Cyril Gane versus Volkov card? Not the whole thing, just like a small. Okay, so Gane's fighting Volkov, and everything else is just shit show.
They're both really big, lanky strikers, but Gane is faster and Volkov hits harder. But Volkov is better for point fighting, and it's just we're gonna see a stupidly weird decision.
Yeah, and OSP's coming back. You got Renato Moicano coming back. That's pretty much it. That's the excitement in this card. But again, fight's a fight. You could see whatever could happen. Bombs thrown, anything happen.
It's always these low key cards that deliver. Like we had 3 first round knockouts.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed with the prelims, to be honest. I was kind of surprised myself that I was watching the prelim fight because I was enjoying them. They weren't terrible. They was just fighting. I was enjoying it. The prelims and this card too. Okay, so let's conclude the UFC side. Let's talk about boxing. What happened with boxing? Still MMA guy in there too. So our beloved Anderson Silva, is normal. He was
it's not normal.
So he did something abnormal, stepped in the boxing ring, and looked like a professional boxer.
Yeah, so knowing Silva, he's probably going to want to get in there with either a legend or a current actual boxer. Like maybe he might even do a real professional bout. He might actually try to get into boxing.
I second that because Silva really wants to compete, bro.
Yeah, no, I want to see him and Roy Jones in an exhibition. I think that would do it for me.
I think he would beat Roy Jones, to be honest. I have a feeling.
He looks great.
He looks active, bro. Roy Jones, prime. Obviously, we're not talking about prime. So we're talking about an old Roy Jones here. Roy Jones is just pop, pop, pop. The punches aren't fast, bro. You just pop.
No, but I think if they're both in shape, they're similar sizes.
100% similar sizes. Silva was probably 190 in there.
Nah, it's probably 200.
Oh, sheesh.
He cut to 182.
Okay, can you guys give me a background on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.? He looks like he was serious about taking his dad's name to great heights and then kind of gave up and then.
Nah, he's a dickhead. Like he got fed bums his entire career. He got fed a belt, and like the first time he ran into
last night.
Like he won, like he's had some a few very good performances, but he's just always been known as the guy that doesn't take training seriously, or like he'll quit as soon as it gets hard. He's only getting big fights because of his name, so
but he has big fights. That's the crazy thing that Anderson Silva pretty much dominated that guy, which is cool to think about for
That's what
MMA anyway.
that's what I was like. I was like, he's a former middleweight champion. He looks like this. Then he really be a bummy. Then he's probably a bummy.
No, but like this is probably the best guy you could have picked for a name value and like having shit skills. Because you could clearly look by the way he came in, the way he missed weight. He missed weight at way higher weight class than he normally does. So like, what? Like, how does that even happen? It's like freaking Conor McGregor missing weight at middleweight. But the whole thing is like this guy. He didn't look like he trained.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna lose.
He didn't even look like a professional boxer, to be honest. He landed some good body shots here and there. But apart from that, he was just getting beaten up. And then after the fight, he has the balls to say, I thought it was a draw, or I thought I could have clinched the win. He said that. And there was no respect or anything.
The fact that he wasn't given a decision in Mexico on his dad's card, with his dad's promotion, with every judge going for him, like
tells you something, yeah.
Dinner table. Lunch table.
You good?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, so like,
that's fine. That's fine. We can wrap it up.
Yeah, no, but like the whole thing.
Yeah.
With that, how do you like if it was ever gonna be rigged or anybody's getting robbed? Like Anderson Silva, like you could have honestly expected coming in if Anderson Silva won every round, he might still get robbed. That's just the way boxing is.
Yeah. The thing is, I think Anderson Silva gave us the best representation of a MMA guy in boxing, and that's on top of McGregor too. He was really, really good. Like, he was really good as a boxer. He was moving like a boxer. It wasn't like no MMA striking guy moving. It was actually a boxer moving. It didn't feel like an MMA guy coming in. He felt like a regular boxer just out of his
frame. Yeah, McGregor came in with a karate boxing mix.
Yeah. I think Anderson Silva had the best representation of the MMA community in terms of like crossover.
Yeah, for sure.
I was really impressed, and the commentary team was like going nuts too, bro. They were all taking shots at Junior, man, and I was like,
you had to,
yeah, and I was exactly, and I was like, bro, how bad can you be? Your name is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Like nobody respects that dude, man. Nobody.
Exactly. He just feels like anyone can come over and then beat him up or something, or just talk shit to him.
Also, in other news, women's boxing is insane. Michaela Mayer, that was really fun. A really fun fight. No defense, but like they landed like 4 pieces on each other.
Yeah, just throwing shots left and right. T, did you watch the Inoue fight?
I watched the highlight. I watched the body shot that he hit him with. Oof, that whole sequence though. The guy was bro. I think that was a perfect liver shot. It was a liver shot.
He hit one
first liver shot he threw in the second round, killed him.
Exactly, that was a liver shot.
That's Inoue's best punch though. Like, but even just looking at it from like an outsider's perspective, like that is what a world class boxer should look like. 100%. That guy had perfect defense, shot variation. He controlled that shit from the first bell.
Top of his game, man. That's how it should be always. Like no 46-year-old guy should be coming over. Granted, he is a legend or Anderson Silva, but coming over to your game and putting on a show on you. So I mean, but that still speaks to how good Anderson Silva and how terrible of a work ethic Junior has. So
exactly, we need to give Silva a little more credit. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great, man. I was really impressed. Okay, you guys want to talk about any other fights, or should we just wrap up today's episode?
Yeah. I think we should wrap it up. A good night of fights in boxing and UFC. But I think overall, that's pretty much all we got to cover. Yes. Oh, he is.
he is gone.
He's gone.
He got the ultimate mom look. His mom gave him the stare, man. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone still. Okay, right. Well, I think it's a good time to end this.
Yes. All right, everybody. We're gonna end off our today's episode. We talked about the UFC Fight Night, Zombie versus Ige. We touched on next week's card, and then 2 weeks we got the Conor McGregor Poirier trilogy. We talked a little bit about boxing, and thank you guys for watching for today's episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace. All right, we good.